Welcome back. Big changes could be coming to downtown Venice if part of a master park plan is approved.
The proposal is to turn Centennial Park, the main parking location for the island, into a walking park. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us now with more. Christopher.
Well, good evening, Scott and Haley. This proposal could turn into a seriously controversial one because it would remove the parking from Centennial Park in lieu of a walking and nature trail. Odds are, if you're coming to shop or have dinner in Venice, you're going to park at Centennial Park.
Nice, but when the snowbirds come down, it's crowded. It gets very crowded, and you need some parking somewhere.
But as the City of Venice's Master Parks Plan is being designed, the third-party planners say Centennial Park shouldn't be a place to park.
Some of us were caught a little bit surprised and raised a few eyebrows over the notion of a drastic change to Centennial Park.
The plan would remove the parking and replace it with more trees and places to walk and enjoy nature. But parking is always difficult downtown. Len Bramble, Venice's assistant city manager, says the planners may not know that. Charlotte Heller fears what may happen to local shops if parking is harder to find.
They'll lose business, and you have to have, I don't know where you would park.
The proposed changes do have some support, though.
It might be a good thing because people like to walk and ride their bikes.
But city resident Paul Gordon says if the plan is approved, there needs to be alternative parking.
Maybe if they do that, they can also turn around and do some more parking.
Bramble says the whole proposal may be a moot point because much of Centennial Park was donated to the city years ago, and as it turns out, few changes may be allowed to be made.
There's a lot of love for Centennial Park the way that it is, and I believe there are probably some restrictions, underlying restrictions from the donors of that property that became Centennial Park.
The Master Parks Plan is being finalized right now. It's expected to go before City Council in September. At that point, the City Council members could put it into effect, or they could scrap it altogether. Scott?
All right, Christopher, thank you. The Lee County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing teenager who may be in the Sarasota area. 16-year-old Giovanni Donatelli has been missing since June 30th. His mother says he needs his medication. Donatelli is tall and thin and has black hair and brown eyes. He was spotted in Sarasota on Sunday. Anyone with information on his whereabouts should contact the Lee or Sarasota County Sheriff's Office.
Florida Power and Light is trying to reduce the number of power outages throughout the state. The company is working on installing new technology that can automatically fix common outages and restore power faster without requiring someone to respond. At least 20,000 devices will be installed across 35 counties, including on the Suncoast. It's part of a $2 billion effort to build a smarter, stronger grid. Last year, the technology saved workers from making 100,000 field trips. Manatee County is making it easier for the public to know which county-owned properties are for sale. A GIS story map on the county's website now highlights potential excess properties. It shows where the land is located, the size, and the assessed value. Before the 75 areas on the map can be designated as surplus, the county has to deem it that no one is needing that land. The sale of the surplus parcels could be a revenue generator for the county.
To some Florida patients as early as next week, health officials are giving the go-ahead for the state's first marijuana dispensary to begin distributing products. The Northwest Florida operation is known as Trulieve. It's one of 6 dispensaries licensed by the Department of Health to grow pot that can alleviate life-threatening seizures.
To be able to really have that physically available for purchase and for sale is monumental. So we, of course, are one of the largest states in the country, and so I think that this is really a turning point for the medical cannabis industry nationwide.
The low THC cannabis will be available to patients with cancer or severe forms of epilepsy. A law passed this year allows dispensing organizations to grow full-strength marijuana. Trulieve plans to begin selling the full-strength pot next month.
Tonight, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is holding a public workshop on turning a group of islands into a critical wildlife area. The Dot-Dit Islands are at the mouth of the Braden River. They are home to hundreds of birds, including the only coastal colony of wood storks in the Tampa Bay area. Audubon, Florida is proposing a year-round closure of the islands with buffers to protect the birds and their nests. The public workshop will start at 6:30 at the Manatee County Rocky Bluff Library on US 301 in Ellington.
Well, we had a line of showers already this afternoon, a little earlier than we've been used to the last couple of days. Steve Newman in for Bob tonight with more. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Scott. We've had some fairly strong storms, as you say, with a little damage up in southern Manatee County, just south of Bayshore Gardens. But those storms have moved offshore. If we take a look at the latest radar, the storms that came over made a hard right just off Anna Maria Island and have merged with other storms coming in from Orlando inside that severe thunderstorm warning area right now in Pinellas County for another 6 minutes. See a lot of lightning associated with that, but the Suncoast has cleared out and it should stay that way for the rest of this evening. 86 degrees at this hour in the wake of those storms, kind of comfortable. 73% the dew point, or 73 degrees the dew point. And our high today was 95, 5 degrees warmer than normal. Last night's low 77. Our complete forecast and tropical weather outlook coming up in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Thank you, Steve. Aaron Hernandez's new legal team is making its first public appearance in court today. One of Hernandez's new attorneys is Jose Baez. He won an acquittal for Casey Anthony. Hernandez is a former football player for the New England Patriots. He is serving life without the possibility of parole for murdering a friend in 2013. Hernandez and his legal team are appearing in Plymouth Superior Court to address defense motions related to another trial.
The attorney of a man who was shot by a North Miami police officer this week says the city wants to settle the issue with his client as soon as possible. Police responded to reports that a man was threatening to shoot himself. Cell phone video shows Charles Kinsey lying in the middle of the street with his hands up after officers asked him to lie on the ground. In the video, Kinsey asked officers not to shoot him while the man with autism was next to him yelling. North Miami's police chief says the officer fired 3 times, hitting Kinsey in the leg.
When he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I said, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know.
There is no justification to shoot a man who's laying on his back and telling you that he's unarmed.
Kinsey says he was just walking around trying to calm his patient who ran away from a group home.
The hunt for an escaped inmate from a Florida jail last week is over. Police arrested Deontay Rosales at a West Palm Beach Days Inn hotel. The 21-year-old took off his shackles and jumpsuit before taking off from a Fort Lauderdale courthouse. Officials say at least 5 other people have also been arrested for helping him escape. Rosales is accused of stabbing a woman to death in 2014.
Roger Ailes is out as chief executive at Fox News Channel. The network parent, 21st Century Fox, announcing today that Ailes will resign immediately after allegations of sexual harassment. The executive chairman of 21st Century Fox, Rupert Murdoch, will assume the role as chairman and acting CEO of Fox News and Fox Business Network until a replacement is named. We were all expecting something to happen.
We've been following this for a couple days now.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News, the effects of chemotherapy.
How the treatment affects not only your physical health, but your mental well-being as well. That story is next in Health News.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
From Cleveland to Philadelphia, political history is being made.
We didn't come this far to lose. We can do this!
And ABC 7 is your Suncoast connection to it all. Our local coverage continues today from the Republican National Convention, with Alan Cohn and Ray Collins reporting live from Cleveland, with special reports in every newscast. ABC 7 News special reports from the convention. Brought to you by Stolarski Orthopedic and Age Vital Compounding Pharmacy.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
McCurdy's Comedy Theater keeps the hits coming. I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, we have the world-renowned comedian Sinbad with us. He is sure to keep us laughing. And after we laugh until it hurts, we've got a massage therapist to show us the unusual art of vacuum therapy. Plus, the White Picket Produce is here to show us how to keep our food fresh, and Manville Beer Gardens in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
For many women and men, hair loss resulting from chemotherapy can add to the already emotionally devastating battle with cancer. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with more. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. Brunette or blonde, straight or wavy, our hair is one of our most defining features. But a harsh reality of losing your hair from cancer treatment is the constant reminder of the cancer. This is the first question Jane Giroux asked before she started chemotherapy.
Am I going to lose my hair? Not am I going to lose my life? It's the first thing I thought of because that's what you associate with chemotherapy.
It is said that a woman's hair is her crowning glory.
I'm out in the public a lot with my job, and your hair is really kind of your identity and even your protection and your shield.
Hair loss is a constant reminder of both cancer and chemotherapy each time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. Chemo-related hair loss can affect your scalp, your body, eyelashes, and even your eyebrows.
When you lose your brows, you really feel like you look tired, and not only are you feeling fatigued, but looking tired as well.
Mary McAndrews Albritton helps people with hair loss regain their defining features back through the art of permanent makeup.
This is permanent makeup pigment, very different from tattoo ink in the way that it heals very airbrush looking on the skin.
There are products to help hair regrow after treatment.
Mostly what we sell is for the brows and the lashes, because there's nothing worse than one thing if your hair is falling out, but then if your lashes fall out as well.
Many turn to wigs, caps, and scarves to help reduce the visual effects of chemo hair loss. And a cooling cap to reduce chemo-linked hair loss is now approved by the FDA. But chemotherapy affects different people different ways, as Jane Giroux, Director of Community Development of the Suncoast Blood Bank, explains.
Yeah, the type of chemotherapy I had did not cause me to lose my hair. And it was interesting because when I didn't lose my hair, people assumed that chemotherapy wasn't that difficult.
But make no mistake, says Giroux, chemotherapy is chemotherapy.
If I knew that the type of chemo was going to cause me to lose my hair, I think I would have taken the initiative to either have a very short haircut or go ahead and shave my head myself, because I had a friend going through it and she did that, and she said it just felt empowering to go ahead and take care of it herself.
Most of the time, hair loss from chemotherapy is temporary. Regrowth is typically 3 to 6 months following the end of your treatment.
And Alex, what is the best way for someone to deal with the potential hair loss that they're going to experience from chemo?
Absolutely, the best thing to do, Haley, is to prepare. You want to make sure that you are prepared for what you're going to look like before. This is specifically to do with the hair loss, but what you're going to look like before, during, and after your treatment. And if it's a hat that you want to wear or a scarf, or if you want to shave your own hair off like Shannon Doherty did, that's up to you, because as Giro said, one of the best ways to empower yourself is by taking that action into your own hands. So,
yeah, whether it's a wig or a hair wrap or whatever your choice is, just know that, I guess, beforehand.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Now we'll head over to Steve and get a check on our forecast this evening.
Haley, a wild mid-afternoon with some strong storms, lots of lightning, but they have now moved offshore. You can see the cluster moving over about 2:30, 3, and most of the storms have now moved out into the Gulf of Mexico, but that one storm that came over the Suncoast has done a hard right and is now hitting Pinellas and southern Hernando County, where there's a severe thunderstorm warning, or it looks like it's just been dropped. It was supposed to be in effect till 6:30, but it looks like the storms have matured just in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and they've dropped that warning. Temperatures have cooled off where it's rained, like around Orlando, 79, but where it hasn't rained, Daytona, 91, Jacksonville, 93. In our viewing area, it's warmed back up to 86 at Arcadia and 84 at Venice, but Punta Gorda is still cool because of those strong storms with a lot of lightning over Charlotte County earlier today. Well, our tropics remain quiet, although this is the time of year where we have a peak of the high pressure over the Atlantic, and pressures start to fall for the rest of the summer, and that could open the storm gate off Africa in another week to 10 days. We'll be watching closely, but the Gulf of Mexico is really quiet. It has been 3,922 days since Florida was last impacted by a hurricane, and that was Wilma. It's a record number. The last record was way back in 1979 when we had 1,922 days, and we also have over 1,000 days since we've even had a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. Our luck will eventually run out. So if you do not have our hurricane guide, log into mysuncoast.com and download it. It's a nice PDF file. Has a lot of information you need to be prepared for hurricane season that will probably start to heat up as we move into August and early September. Another thing, we have record Gulf of Mexico warmth. 86.4 on July 15th was the warmest July average of the water temperature on record in the Gulf of Mexico. And we've been telling you the water off the coast has been like 90, 91 degrees for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And in Tampa Bay, they hit 95 degrees. So all that warmth is just the fuel necessary to cause these storms, if they should enter the Gulf, to just explode and become very powerful should the timing and situation be just right. So keep that in mind. We may have gone a long time without a hurricane, but our luck could run out. Another problem is a potentially deadly heat wave with high heat and humidity over the Midwest that's going to last and get stronger tomorrow, and even Saturday will be hotter in many areas. We're fortunate here. You think it's hot here, they don't get the afternoon sea breezes or thunderstorms. It's going to be bone dry, and this could actually create a drought situation very quickly in an area that was flooded just back in the spring. Here's our RPM computer forecast model for tonight, tomorrow, and into Saturday, showing the afternoon, evening showers and thunderstorms developing, passing over us in the afternoon, giving us a nice, cool situation for the evening hours and overnight. That pattern will last right on through the weekend. If you're going out on the water, your weather headlines, it's a very typical summertime pattern. And it means that we'll have those afternoon thunderstorms, and the tropics, at least for the moment, remain quiet. Here's our 7-day outlook showing the chance of storms dropping off a little bit Sunday, but about a 60% chance for Friday and Saturday, and more storms coming in for next week. We're locked into a very typical weather pattern. Guys?
Thank you, Steve. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is a crash on US 301 southbound in Manatee County near the intersection of Telebass Road, and it is causing some backup.
More than 1 billion people are now using the Facebook Messenger app. That's more than the entire Twitter user base combined. Messenger was split from the main Facebook app about 2 years ago to target businesses and people who are focused on messaging and not news feeds. At least 3 other Facebook products have crossed the 1 billion mark, but the company is still behind Google, which has at least 7 such applications.
The dating app Tinder is expanding from the one-on-one meeting to a group thing. The new feature is called Tinder Social. It lets users organize a night out with friends and a few strangers. The app requires you have at least one friend who uses Tinder. And there's no need to worry about stalkers. Well, I mean, you know, be cautious. But the app does erase all of your group matches after the event. But remember, people can find you via other social media. So you got to be really safe about these kind of meetup things.
So happy I'm happily married.
Past that stage? No kidding. That happened. All that online stuff happened after mine too. Entertainment news is next.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When it comes to details about Johnny Depp's divorce, the actor wants to keep those on the down low.
People magazine reporting the 52-year-old actor filed a petition with the courts requesting to keep information from the proceedings confidential involving his wife Amber Heard. The couple tried to settle the details outside of court this summer to prevent media exposure, but that did not happen. The couple was married for 15 months before the divorce was filed.
Prince Harry and Sir Elton John shared a platform to talk about HIV and AIDS awareness. The two co-hosted a panel at a global AIDS conference in South Africa today. Prince Harry paid a tribute to his mother, Princess Diana, for her contribution to the AIDS fight and stressed the huge progress that has been made thanks to the hard work of world leaders and activists.
When my mother held the hand of a man dying of AIDS in an East London hospital, no one would have imagined that just over a quarter of a century later, treatment would exist that could see HIV-positive people live full, healthy, loving lives.
The prince also talked about the effects HIV has on young people and encouraged them to get tested.
Leonardo DiCaprio is giving back big time. His foundation raising $45 million at a celebrity auction gala last night. A huge portion of the funds will go to a French anti-terrorism charity for the victims of the recent terrorist attacks there. Famous guests included Mariah Carey, Naomi Campbell, and Bono. DiCaprio and others also gave personal donations to the charity. That's a lot of money.
When you put celebrities together, you can raise a heck of a lot of cash. I'll be right back.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.